to talk to us about grand jury recruitment and how we can get involved, we welcome Judge Sheila Hansen.
Thank you.
And Susan Siegel to the show. Welcome to the show, ladies. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you for having us here today.
Thank you for coming in. I know this is such an important topic, one that I haven't admittedly given much attention to. So I'm excited that you're here bringing awareness to grand jury recruitment. Tell us why it's so important.
The grand jury is really the voice of Orange County. 19 members of our county will come together and they act as the public watchdog of local government. They look over the civil functions of the county, certain cities and special districts and school districts, and they really get to examine how the government works and make sure it's working well and working for the county. They also have a very important role in the criminal justice system. There are certain cases, the prosecution, typically the Orange County District Attorney's Office, will present evidence in a criminal case to the grand jurors, and it's the grand jurors who decide whether there's enough evidence to require someone to face trial. And if they find that there is enough evidence, they return an indictment. So two really important roles: the public watchdog function, their civil investigations, and then, of course, in the criminal justice system, returning indictments.
Yeah, such important issues. And so tell us exactly, what does the grand jury do?
The grand jury conducts investigations. As a group, they decide what in local government do they wish to investigate. They analyze data, they write reports. When they write a report, if it pertains to a particular government agency, the government agency responds. They are able to address the recommendations of the grand jurors. They listen to evidence in those criminal cases. And they monitor the expenditures of public funds to make sure the money is being spent wisely.
Right. So this sounds like a significant time commitment. Tell us about what people can expect in terms of how long. How long is the time commitment?
It's a 1-year commitment. They typically meet 4 or 5 days a week. Are you meeting?
We're meeting, sometimes we meet 5 days a week. We still mostly meet 4 days a week, but as we get further and further into the process of investigations, we probably, we're going to add to the time. So we tell people it's generally a 5-day-a-week commitment.
And is this like a 40-hour?
No.
Work week?
No, it's not that. Each grand jury actually sets its own hours. Typically, we, for instance, are meeting from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And are you meeting in person, or
Yes.
is this like on a Zoom?
No, we meet
Always
in person. There's a special area set up in the courthouse, in the Orange County Courthouse, for the grand jury to meet in a panel room. We have 6 committees, and everybody serves on 2 of those 6 committees, and then we have 2 extra committees that everyone has to serve on. And we meet usually 9 to 1, and again, as the work is getting more intense, the hours are getting a little bit longer.
Sure.
So it's a significant time commitment.
Is there any compensation for
There
jurors?
is compensation. It's not a lot, but it's $50 a day plus mileage, which doesn't sound like that much, but it ends up being over $1,000 a month. So it's a nice little extra income. You also get free parking, security parking in the underground part of the courthouse, and as I said, mileage. So yeah.
So it almost sounds idealistic for somebody who's retired,
Yes.
who really wants to contribute, who
Yes.
wants to make a difference.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that's a perfect position for somebody to stay involved in society.
Absolutely. It's a very important role, and it is really providing a service to our county, because they are the 19 people that are looking out for all of us to make sure that government is working.
That's a big position.
It
What are the
is.
requirements to serve?
You have to be at least 18 years old, a citizen of the United States, and have lived in Orange County for at least a year. And then, of course, we're really looking for grand jurors who could work well with others. that are willing to come in and listen to others, set aside any agenda they might have, and be willing to look at what their investigation reveals, analyze the data, and be able to report back and make suggestions.
Do you find it hard to recruit people?
Sometimes. We want to make sure, and we have to make sure, we have people applying from all areas and geographically within our county. We make sure that we have a certain number of applicants that are eligible for being selected to the grand jury from each of our supervisorial districts. And we want to make sure that we are letting everyone know that we want them and we are hoping they can serve, whether they're retired or whether they have a part-time job. We are receiving applicants from all walks of life, not just retired individuals. So everyone is important.
Do you find that some people may feel like, what qualifies me to be in this position? I just don't feel like I have enough value to add or have any types of qualifications.
Sometimes, and that's why we are trying to get out the word and talk to members of our public and let them know that we are looking for good individuals who are willing to work, care about the community, and are willing to give back.
And I can say that the grand jury that I am serving as foreperson of, we have everything from, we have 3 or 4 lawyers, we have stay-at-home moms, we have accountants, bankers, teachers. People come from all, all walks of life. The main qualification is to care about your community, to care about government, to want to make government better. And an added bonus that I would say is that you also create a community. You work with these people very intensely every day, and there's a real sort of community component to it where you learn to work together and, all for the greater good. And it's a really rewarding feeling.
I would imagine so. And you build friendships with your fellow jurors if you're, together working for a year.
Yep.
Absolutely.
With a common goal and theme. So let's tell our folks about how they can volunteer.
The application is online. You can go to the website, which is, I believe it's www.ocgrandjury.org. Applications are available there, and they could give you, the website will give you more information, and it's really important that the applications are returned to us by January 17th of 2025 so that we could begin the process. There are interviews, there's a selection process, and the new grand jury will ultimately begin their term on July 1st of 2025.
July 1st. Okay, so we've got that grace period. All right, ladies, well, thank you so much for sharing that valuable information with us. All right, folks.
Thank you.
Head on over to the website and sign up to be on the grand jury. Coming up next, we'll take a quick look at the weekend movies, so stay tuned.